My big gripe, and I'm getting it off my chest right now, is that I don't think Spurs fans appreciate the job that Harry Redknapp did when he was at White Hart Lane. Ricky, first of all.
Yes.
Agree?
To a certain extent, I think the job that he done and getting us in the Champions League and finishing fourth, you know, for other managers that are coming to try and do it, and Redknapp actually done it, and we played attractive football. I don't think that a lot of Spurs fans do have enough appreciation for what he done.
I think you're bang right. I've got the stats here: 144 games, 71 wins, 37 draws, 30-6 defeats, 49% win ratio. You always say anything over 40% is top class.
Yeah, exactly, yeah? And that goes with goal scorers as well. But when you do look at the with Harry, he won games and he also drew games. And I don't like the win percentage. I like the percentage of what you actually got beat. Because obviously, sometimes a point on the road is a good point. So again, they can be a little bit misleading.
So, and also misleading is the 57 win percentage. Don't worry, I'm coming to you in a second. The 57% for Andre Villas-Boas, because it's been there a shorter time.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, I've been on record saying how good Tottenham are. I think Tottenham are probably the best side at the moment, especially on the road. Also, they're my tip for the FA Cup because they've got 2 good players for every single position. So I don't think they'll be weakened by the Europa League. I don't think they'll be weakened by an FA Cup run. And I think they go from strength to strength.
The interesting thing is that everything they've got now is because of the foundations laid by Harry Redknapp. But you're not having it, are you?
No, Harry Redknapp inherited a brilliant Tottenham side that was
2 points from 8 games and at the bottom of the Premier League.
Under a manager that didn't know what he was doing under Ramos. But that said, any manager worth his salt could take on that team. The same thing he said about AVB about going to Chelsea. The Benitez at Chelsea saying any manager worth his salt could manage that team. Yeah, Modric, who was we didn't know at the time, but one of the best midfielders in Europe.
Underachieving.
Bale, who Redknapp, we should add, nearly let go to Nottingham Forest on loan.
But he was underachieving.
He was underachieving, but these were quality players. And he got them playing well, as any good manager should, or any manager who's been paid the kind of money he is paid should. I'm not saying he's a bad manager. In fact, he's a very good manager. And he was good for Spurs, but he was probably marginally better than Martin Jol was. And
Stop a second. If you agree with what Gareth's saying, I want you to get in touch, particularly if you're a Spurs fan. I know lots of you follow his podcast, very popular indeed on the web, so you'll probably all be on his side. But at Sports Tonight TV, I want to hear from Spurs fans on this, because I don't agree with what Gareth is saying. But your argument is that he came in and did what he was expected to do.
No, he was expected to save us from relegation. It turned out that we had a much better squad and a team than we thought we had. And you have to be given credit for doing that. But before that, before Ramos, Jol got us to 5th place finish, nearly on the brink of Champions League football on one occasion when we had a dodgy lasagna and that sorted it for that season. But that was with a much weaker team.
But the big difference is that the psychological barriers that Harry Redknapp managed to get Spurs through. Couldn't win against Chelsea, sorted that out. Couldn't win against Arsenal, sorted that out. And he got you into the Champions League. And when he got you into the Champions League, you got to the quarterfinals. You spent £8 million. Manchester City spent over £300 million and couldn't get out of their group. This is the reason why. And I want to bring you also in, chaps, because I know you're sort of on the fence a bit, but you've got to give Harry Redknapp credit where it's due, and the Spurs fans aren't doing it at the moment.
Yeah, and also Van der Vaart was a massive... I think Harry's one of the managers that he'll get the best out of the players that sometimes may fall by the wayside. But I think you've got to give massive credit for AVB as well, because when he went in there, everyone was smashing him like clubbing a seal, because he was defenceless, because of his record at Chelsea. He's gone in there, and they didn't get off to a good start. So all of a sudden, the bandwagon starts rolling again. But for me, that they are probably one of the most exciting teams to watch.
Yeah,
got goals throughout.
I agree with all of that, Flash. I agree with all of that.
I don't think we can knock him.
I don't think we can knock him, and I don't think we should knock him, Ricky. I think when you've got a situation like a young, vibrant manager who's got good ideas like AVB, how can you knock him? What I'm saying is his predecessor hasn't had enough credit, and I think a lot of people...
But why should we give credit to a predecessor? They've gone
because he's built the foundations on which AVB is succeeding.
Well, has he though? I mean,
yes,
he?
he has. Yes,
But they
he
were falling
has.
apart. Did they not win? They didn't hardly win a game, did they, from February onwards?
Well, this is the point I'm trying to make. They were falling like a stone when he took over. Not only were they low in terms of their league position, but their confidence was low as well. And Harry Redknapp came in, gave confidence to Bale, gave confidence to Modric, got the side playing better football, made, the Tottenham way, if there is such a thing.
You can't deny what Redknapp did on the pitch. He turned us into a very good, attacking, exciting team to watch. His accolades fell upon Tottenham, and rightly so, because we were very exciting to watch. There's a side issue here that we haven't mentioned, is the fact that he doesn't the way. The people you employ in your club, you expect to be treated with respect. You expect that they hold the Tottenham name with the right regard, and Redknapp didn't do that. He undermined the person that runs a club isn't the football manager; it's the chairman. And Daniel Levy is the person who runs Tottenham Hotspur, and Redknapp done his best to undermine Levy in certain situations.
But Gareth, that's
politics.
But that's all politics. That's all stuff behind the scenes. Listen, I don't always have the best relationship with my wife at home, but that don't really matter. If we come out, we're unified.
No, it does matter.
Why does it matter?
It does matter.
As a fan, what you should be caring about is the relationship between the players on the pitch and the manager. Chigi said to you earlier in the show, it doesn't matter what we didn't score goals. You can say we had chances, you can say with this, scoring goals, winning games, that's what the manager and the player's job is to do, and that's what he was doing.
It's not their only job. Their job is also to be a good in public relations, to actually think that they're the people that are funding this club and the people that are shedding out tons of their own money to go and watch them play. Are they being respected? Am I saying the right things that would...
Is that right?
I completely agree. I think with Redknapp, he overstepped the mark a few times of coming out and being contradictive to Daniel Levy, especially with the Modric deal, which was kind of a massive cloud over the club, whether Modric was going to go or not. And Daniel Levy said, I'm slapping 30 million on him and he's not going for a penny less. And Harry Redknapp next day, well, he's a good boy, he does what he wants to do.
But Ricky, what's that got to do with footballers on the field of play, playing games, scoring goals, winning football matches?
Because it affects the morale of the team. If you're seeing that another player and one of the managers kind of treating people differently, and the way that you're trying to be unified as a club as a whole, and somebody else is working differently, then you can't all together go as a united front. There's going to be people with different...
Well, you being a player, do players care? I don't think they do. They pick up their wages.
Yeah, I think the big thing...
They read the paper.
I think the big thing is that the players stay unified. And it doesn't matter, because when you go out over the line, then that's when you have to go to battle.
So do players care?
Well, I don't think we even understand what's going on in the world once the game kicks off. At 3 o'clock, you're looking for an excuse. Then you'll get that after the game if things don't go your way. But when you go over the white line, it's all about winning and making sure that you do your best for your teammate and you do your job.